Hi, I'm Jeanette, the North Dawn Coach, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm taking a break from the out in the field reporting that I have been doing on my quest for work-life balance. I'm heavy on the work side, light on the life side, but let's just get the true confessions out of the way. I didn't have a great week at it. I really didn't do very well this week. There are, if you looked at my calendar, probably good objective reasons why that was the case. And yet this is important to me. And so I have been thinking about, well, what is the problem with that? And besides the objective, like, okay, you're overscheduled and tired and it's hard to make moves in this area, it did bring to mind one question for me, and it made me start thinking about my coaching clients. I have a coaching business. If you want to categorize it, I'd put career in front of it, but not career in the sense of like career counselor, where we're going to look at your LinkedIn profile and, get that resume updated and start interviewing. Although that's certainly a part of the process that I help my clients with. But I'm really more focused on the big picture, whether you're in a current position and just not feeling satisfied. Some people describe that as in crisis, just a lot of things going on, or perhaps you have had a recent layoff, or just wanting to look at a number of really career development related questions. Those are the clients that I tend to get. And I have quite a few clients that are just, I don't know if it's the combination of where the economy is, the world, all of those things, but there has been a lot of pain, right, that I'm seeing in my clients, and made me start to think about that when I'm with a client and I ask a question that gets close to something that's like really at the kind of the truth of things, that's like a vein of gold that we, might have somehow chipped into. I don't think those are any of the correct terms, but you get the picture, like something that's really worth getting at. When I ask a question and the client comes back with kind of looking like, there's almost like a pause, and they say, oh, that's a good question. And then kind of their eyes shift into the distance as they're really thinking about it. And then, we explore on that. That is a sign to me as a coach that we've hit on something. There's some sort of truth in there that is directly related to kind of the problem at hand that we are exploring, trying to find solution to that. And the relationship to that and my, my sense of I'm not making progress on my work-life balance thing this week made me start thinking about, well, what is in the way? And that brought to mind a question that, I don't know, more than 50% of the time when I ask the question, I tend to get that kind of response from a client. And it's such a simple question that it's surprising that it does, but it does. And so I think for all of us that, are feeling stuck at this particular time, I wanted to share that with you in case it might be helpful as you think about your situation. And drum roll, please. The question is, where are you feeling most stuck? Okay, right? It's a really simple question. It's not particularly insightful in just the makeup of the question, and yet it does bring about, that, oh, that's a good question response many times. And I think the reason is that the question, well, let me back up. I think the reason is that most of the time when we're thinking about our particular problem, or where we're what we're most wanting to solve, we think of it in really broad strokes, and just it's like I picture just this bundle of stuff all together, and we don't know where to start to get unstuck. We don't know where to start to get unstuck, and I think that's why it's such a good question to ask. Where are you feeling most stuck? Because that gives you the entry point to, all right, if I could make some progress here, the water could start flowing through, right? If I could just solve for this particular place where I just am not making any forward progress, that's the point. And often we just become so overwhelmed with the magnitude of the, kind of issues that we're dealing with that they become one blob altogether, and it's really hard to figure that out. But if you ask the question, where am I most feeling stuck? That helps to narrow it down. So I asked that question of myself relative to this work-life integration balance problem. Where am I most feeling stuck? And I recognize, I'm feeling stuck objectively because the calendar is so full and I just need some of I just have more things that I want to do than I have time to do it. And so that says to me, prioritization, Jeanette. Maybe you have to make some choices. And then that leads me to think, well, there's some bigger choices that I think I need to make, some decisions that I have been avoiding that probably are contributing to that. And I'll give you more on that in a different video because I think there's a lot there, and I'll explore that, and we can explore that together because that might be similar for you if what I'm going through on that particular issue is common. But I just want to offer to you that where am I feeling most stuck question. If you're feeling like you have something going on in your life, the question certainly pertains to things outside of your career, but because career is such a big thing, we spend so much time of it, it's likely that you might be feeling stuck there. So let's explore that together. If you would contribute to, conversation in comments, I would love to hear, where do you feel stuck? What's the answer to that question? Let's have a conversation about it. All right. Thanks for joining me, and have a good week, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.